Hey, Houston fans, I am so happy.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready? I was born for this. Look, every Sunday, whenever we play, I get that text. Are you ready?
Texas! The pitch. And Altuve hits it in the air pretty deep to left. Carter is back at the wall, leaves, and it is gone! It's gone! How do you like that?
One game at a time.
Green still with it, gets it back, lets it fly, and got it!
Win on two, win on two, 1-2.
What is good, H-Town? On today's show, Nick Caserio must capitalize on the success that him and head coach DeMeco Ryans built in 2023. And I have a few free agents who can be low-risk, high-reward players and help the team become true Super Bowl and AFC contenders.
Put some respect on our name.
H-Town, get your listening ears ready, strap up your boots, and let's go. Welcome back, H-Town, welcome back. And I appreciate you joining me on Everything H-Town Sports Debate Show. I'm your dreadhead host, Hot Topic TV. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend a few minutes here with your dreadhead host, and I appreciate you guys. And like always, please don't forget to like and subscribe, share, comment. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I appreciate everybody who tap in with your boy. But on to the topic. I have 5 low-risk, high-reward players. And I have a few that's a little throw-ins, but I didn't go into deep detail on these guys. But the 5 that I have 5 high-risk, low-reward players that I believe the Houston Texans could add to this roster, not break the bank, and they could provide a explosive of offensive plays, defensive plays. They could help this team get to the next level in the AFC, get to the AFC Championship, even the Super Bowl, man. These guys are low-risk, high-reward, in my opinion, players that I think can help the Houston Texans, and people may be sleeping on, and I don't think Nick Caserio have to break the bank, and I believe that's the route that Nick Caserio might take. It may not be your big Chris Jones.
Watch your mouth!
Or your top-of-the-line players that you have to spend anywhere from 25 to 30 million on. I think Nick Caserio is just going to come in. He's going to do maybe like a Jonathan Joseph, Daniel Manning type thing. He's going to bring in a few players at a decent rate for about 2-3 years, and they can come here and grow with the Houston Texans players, and we can go on this run since we have our premium players like C.J. Stroud, Derek Stingley Jr., Will Anderson Jr. A lot of our premium players are on rookie contracts and rookie deals, and they won't come up for the next 3 to 4 years, maybe 2, I think, for Stingley. But like I say, they even have the 5th-year option to apply on these guys as well. So I believe a lot of these people have 3 or 4 years before they even think about getting a raise or getting a new contract. And in C.J. Stroud's case, I believe they up a quarterback after about the 3rd year, especially if he's been balling. He's a rookie that's already been invited to the Pro Bowl. I mean, he had one of the best rookie seasons ever, so he might get his deal after about 3 years. But right now, we in prime position to spend money, add premium players via free agency and the draft. The draft is a whole different story, but it's a lot of players that I believe that Nick Caserio in the latter rounds and at the end of the first round, or if he decide to trade up, it's some good players in this draft that can really help this team, but we don't need a whole bunch. Yeah, we have 30 free agents that's on our roster, but a lot of those guys were the blue-collar type guys. Our premium players are signed, like I said, and most of them on rookie deals. Some of them was on 2-year deals, so they will return next year. But these are a couple players that I believe, in my opinion, are low-risk, high-reward players that the Houston Texans should check out. Now, here we go. Number 1, he was a Division foe. He played for a Division foe. He's a wide receiver. He plays the wide receiver position. And when Tank Dell went down, we showed that no other receiver besides besides Nico Collins can get open, remotely open, or catch a football. So I believe this guy would add value and would help us. And I don't believe he'll break the bank. He had a semi-okay season. It wasn't just like, it wouldn't wow you, but he balled out. He can run routes. He's a good player. He's a number one receiver, in my opinion. But that's Calvin Ridley with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Calvin Ridley had a stat line of 76 receptions, 1,016 yards, 8 touchdowns, and my boy 40 time is a 4.440. So he has speed. He would add some teams. He would add to the team speed. The boy can catch the ball, and with an accurate quarterback like C.J. Stroud, oh man, that could be lights out. So you have a Tank Dell, you have a Calvin Ridley, and you have a Nico Collins out there. Boy, that could be lights out. That could be a lights out combination. And like I said before, I don't believe Calvin Ridley will break the bank. So that's one of my low risk, high reward picks. I think the Houston Texans could pick up this offseason. That's if the Jacksonville Jaguars do not sign him. But my other low risk, high reward wide receiver, I believe the Houston Texans could add as well, is Gabe Davis from the Buffalo Bills. Gabe Davis won't blow you away. He won't wow you, but the guy is a physical specimen. The guy will go get the ball. He's a touchdown machine. He's a big play guy. He can make big plays. He will not have to be your number one receiver. It's going to be Nico Collins, Tank Dell, your number 2, and Gabe Davis can be your number 3. I like what Gabe Davis brings. He's going to be a low risk, high reward. You won't have to break the bank to pay him as well. He's 6'2". Also, he runs a 40 at a 4.50. So he's a big guy that's pretty fast, can move pretty good, has good, strong hands. I like what Gabe Davis can do. And if he get with an accurate quarterback who loves to spread the ball like C.J. Stroud, I'm telling you, this could work out and this can be nice. Like I say, he's not going to be number one on a lot of people's big board, but the guy can go out there and ball out, and he can bring something to this team. Also, a low-risk, high-reward player that I believe the Houston Texans should take a look at and check out is middle linebacker Devin White. I love the guy at LSU. That was my dude. The dude is lights out fast. Him and Christian Harris with the speed thing, oh my God.
Oh my.
You put him in Cashman as well. So him, Cashman, and my boy out there, Christian Harris.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, that could be so much speed back there. I mean, goodness gracious, that would be lovely in the linebacker core. As well, like I say, his 40 time is a 4.42. This is a blazing linebacker. He's faster than Christian Harris. And then, like I said, Blake Cashman, I believe, ran a 4.5. So that could be so much speed at the linebacker position. Devin White has the speed, and he has some ability to, do things in coverage. I mean, he would help out, and with DeMeco Ryans' tutelage, I believe this dude can have a breakout season. He can do stuff. This season, it was meh, you know what I mean? But he had 83 combined tackles, 34 assists, 2.5 sacks, 2 interceptions. And like I stated earlier, he run a 4.42. That's a linebacker that's blazing. I mean, you have some receivers that doesn't have that speed. Like I say, his 40 time is faster than Gabe Davis. But I believe that will be a low risk, high reward. I don't believe he'll break the bank because he haven't had this amazing season. So I believe he's going to want to come to a squad like the Texans with a head coach like DeMeco Ryans who can put his tutelage on him, and he can have a breakout season, or he can have a season like Christian Harris and Blake Cashman. Those guys together, I believe, would be a lot of team speed defensively in the front seven, and they could just get after it, man. Also, I believe another player would be a low-risk, high-reward player, and that's Leonard Williams. I know a lot of people, he went to Seattle. He didn't have a great season this year. He only had 41 combined tackles, 17 assists, and 4 sacks, but he's a defensive tackle. And I mean, he can move the pocket. I like what he did with the Jets. When he was with the Jets, the guy was a baller. He was a first-round pick for a reason. And also, like I said, in 2020 with the Jets, he had 11.5 sacks. I have it written down. I have it in my notes. He had 11.5 sacks in 2020 with the Jets. So he's capable of being a dog in the middle. And I believe with like a Will Anderson Jr., and if you sign JG, which is Jonathan Gennard, dude, you have some weapons. And I believe, like I said, with DeMeco Ryans' tutelage, this guy could be a beast in this defense. And I believe he played with Robert Saleh for a little bit. So I believe he kind of already know this scheme as well, if I'm not mistaken. So he could fit, and he could be a low-risk, high-reward type player as well. And last but not least, my final low-risk, high-reward player that could help this Houston Texans roster out and become real AFC contenders, Super Bowl contenders, however you want to couch it. I believe it's the cornerback from the Chicago Bears, Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson, he's been low-key balling out. He's been low-key their #1 cornerback for the last, I believe, 3 years. This year, he had a pretty good season. The Bears, they was up and down, but they came along at the end of the season. But I believe Jalen had, let me see what his stats. He had 36 combined tackles, but he had 4 picks, and he had 10 PBUs. That's pass breakups, if you didn't know. So, I mean, the guy, he would be a good complimentary cornerback out there next to my boy Stingley. And he's young as well. The guy is young as well. Like I said, some of these people, Gabe Davis is 24. Devin White is only 26. So these guys fit with the young nucleus and the young core of the Houston Texans roster already. Like I believe Jalen is anywhere from about 25 to 26 as well, maybe younger. So like I said, they fit with this young nucleus. These are some players that I believe would help. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about these players. But Nick Caserio must add some players that could become big reward type players and not break the bank, not go for the big. Because a lot of times when you spend the biggest or the most money in free agency, a lot of times, more times than not, it does not work. You end up in cap hell, and then it's just all down here from there. But Nick Caserio is a smart guy. He comes from the New England Patriots. He comes from an organization where they get premium players at a low cost. And I believe now the Houston Texans are a team that they don't have to pay the tax because they're not a sucky team. They don't have to pay this extra tax on players. I like Chris Jones at the D tackle. That'd be my #1 option, but I believe he's going to want too much money. But that dude, is a dog. He's a dog. Chris Jones is a dog. I maybe said Chris Johnson, excuse me, y'all. I'm all over the place. But I believe Chris Jones is a dog, and I believe he's going to cost too much money for the Houston Texans, and Nick Caserio will not be in the running for that. If he do, I'll be surprised that Nick Caserio is in the running for him. But another guy that I just want to throw out there at the wide receiver position that I believe the Houston Texans can take a look out. This is like a bonus. It's Curtis Samuel. Man, Curtis Samuel kind of remind me. He have the skill set of a Deebo Samuel. You can kind of put him in what Bobby Sloyd kind of did with Tank Dell, like put him back there like a running back and stuff like that. I think Curtis Samuel's fit that mold better than Tank Dell does. He's a little bit thicker. He's also fast, lightning quick, and catch the ball. Right now, he played this year with the Washington Commanders, but that's one of my sleepers. I believe Nick Caserio, and I know he won't break the bank. He's a low-risk, high-reward player as well. I have one more low-risk, high-reward player, and I believe that's at the cornerback position. He played with another Division IV. I like this kid when we drafted him. I believe with DeMeco Ryans' tutelage, he could be very, very good. And that's Sean Murphy Bunting. I like what he can bring to the table. That's another sleeper. He plays the DB, the defensive back position, which is cornerback, and I believe he can help this Houston Texans. But H-Town, these are some low-risk, high-reward players. I believe that head coach DeMeco Ryans and general manager Nick Caserio can add to this roster, and it can elevate us next season to Super Bowl contention, AFC champion, back to the divisional round and beyond. So H-Town, let me know what you think. I'm your Dreadhead host, Hot Topic TV. I appreciate you guys joining me. I love you all. Thank you. I'm out. Peace.
Texas!